Nicaragua, blessed and Christian Prime Minister of Dominica, our dear brother, Roosevelt Skerrit, our father, advisor, a guide, guru of the Caribbean, of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Philippe Pierre. Greetings to you in solidarity. Antigua and Barbuda, the plenipotentiary ambassador and ALBA coordinator, Art Anthony Liverpool, and St. Kitts and Nevis, Ambassador Nugent Wilson. In Grenada, the national coordinator and ambassador Hassan Hadid, and the Undersecretary for International Cooperation of the government of Xiomara Castro, Cindy Rodriguez. Greetings to all of you. We have the Secretary General of the Bolivarian Alliance for the People of Our America, Brother Jorge Arreaza, also Vice President of Communication, Culture, Tourism of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Alfred Nazaret Ñañez, Deputy Minister for Latin America, Rander Peña, for the Caribbean, Raul Lee, and greetings. I'm so happy, so joyful to be able to have a mechanism of follow-up.
Nuestro canciller Iván Gil.
Our foreign minister, who is in Suriname, in the meeting of foreign ministers of the meeting of the OTCA meeting of the Amazonian nations. They excluded us for various years in an arbitrary manner, as if Venezuela were not an Amazonian country. That is why I answered a Brazilian journalist that we are South American, Amazonian, Andeans, Latin Americans, and Caribbeans. You cannot prevent us from being from this blessed corner of our America. Today, we are holding this extraordinary meeting in order to review in a dynamic fashion the topics and make decisions. For instance, topics such as the implementation of the plan adopted on December the 14th, when we commemorated the 20th anniversary of ALBA, 20 years of experience, of a patrimony, a legacy that has been totally in tune with the demands of today's life, 2025, of the current conjuncture and the geopolitics of today. The world is in an accelerating mood, and we have to keep pace with this speed, but we have to do it with quality. And we need to demonstrate once again, dear presidents, foreign ministers, co-chairs, we need to demonstrate once again our capacity, the capacity of ALBA to be at the vanguard of the struggles for sovereignty, dignity, equality, and the right to happiness, peace of our peoples. Today, we commemorate 230th anniversary of the birth of Mariscal de Ayacucho, the man who brought the standard of Pizarro as a trophy of victory vis-a-vis the Spanish Empire 200 years ago after the victory of Ayacucho, the standard of Pizarro. You saw it in our last meeting. So this is a struggle that's been there for many years and is marking all periods. And we are so proud of our mothers and fathers, our founding fathers and mothers. Recently in Havana through telesur, we are transmitting and broadcasting this via telesur and other national media in the various countries and through the social media, all social media, Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook also. And in some countries, they're working with X. But today in Venezuela, X does not exist any longer. Okay, so we have to follow history and historical times, and we have a program, an agenda which is up to date. And if it's something we could say about ALBA is that we have updated our agenda. So the ALBA agenda should provide quick answers to our peoples and should be up to date with economic, social, productive, social, cultural, educational, social rights to health and life items. We need to consolidate peace through justice, through truth, growth, development, peace for and with development, with and for equality, peace for the highest possible happiness, as Bolivar said in the Orinoco, February the 15th, 1819. We've been working on this agenda. Some of these items have been already circulated among you. Therefore, we could start debating them, making proposals, some topics under development, others that should be triggered very quickly. So first of all, we're going to deal with the topic of migration. Respect of human rights and dignity of migrant population. We need to address a topic which is on the table and is a heated part of a heated debate, and this topic need to deal with. We need to demand the respect towards our migrants, respect to their human rights and labor rights, and to ensure we need to ensure that they can come back to our countries in a dignified fashion so they become citizens fully integrated and fully productive in each one of our countries. This is a major topic that is in full swing right now, and our countries have been working on this issue. In Venezuela, we have the plan of coming back to the homeland. We've been working on this for 2 years now. And you know the reasons of Venezuelan migration and the reason for migration in other countries. The reasons are the criminal sanctions slapped on the social body and economic body of our country. This has been already debated with several leaders of the region, how sanctions hurt the economy of the country. Overnight, we lost 99% of the income. We went from $56 billion of income to only $700 million in income. And close to 2.5 million migrants left. Rander took this information to one of the International Migration Organization. And we need to say that this organization has become a tool against Venezuela, a nest of corruption, of bandits, and they have aggressed our country, and they have used this as a business to become wealthy. And President Duque in Colombia, they have been using this as a source of gain. So, so 1.2 million have come back, and we're trying to find the way to make sure that they can come back in a dignified manner so they can find a job. So we are working on this. So migration is our first topic, the respect of our peoples. This is a major issue, and this is a proposal. Presidents, co-chairs, prime ministers, the ALBA Bank is making a proposal, namely to create a system of loan for reinsertion of entrepreneurial migrants with a fund, according to this proposal, $10 million, a roving fund to address partially this situation, so the return of our brothers and sisters who had to migrate because of the sanctions, economic warfare, inequalities in the economy, the crisis of global capitalism, that we use this to generate positive economic activities to favor this returning population. Also, another major topic on the table is the dismantling of criminal gangs, coyotes, the coyotes gangs that traffic with people. This is another topic that we have raised in the latest conversations with the US. We have given fresh elements based on our research on the functioning of criminal organizations in trafficking with people, these coyotes organizations. And we hope that ALBA, with us, we can raise this request to the governments that have something to do with these topics. We need to organize and to work together with our security forces in order to control and defeat these organizations trafficking with people. In Venezuela, if we allow me, all of them are linked to the leadership of the extremist, corrupt opposition in Venezuela that we had to suffer over the last 7, 8 years. And there we find the names of these bandits who have led this conspiracy against Venezuela. All of them have become rich because of these resources. For instance, let me tell you, they ask $10,000 of a migrant or $7,000. If they pay $10,000, they ensure that you can get to New York. And they have the ways and means to take you to Boston, Philadelphia, to the northeast part of the US. If you pay $7,000, well, you can go to Chicago or Atlanta. If you only 5,000, you only reach the border. If you pay only 3,000, they leave you on the Mexican side. And on top of that, we have the violations, abuses, disappearance of peoples because of the actions of these criminal organizations. Therefore, ALBA is working on this topic, and this has to be on the table. Also, collectively, we are also working on the need to reaffirm Latin America and Caribbean region as a zone of peace, dialogue, understanding, and coexistence, and to raise the flag to save SALAC. We need to empower SALAC again and support the process of defense of sovereignty and peace of Latin America and the Caribbean. ALBA is a world champion of peace. It is an example to the whole of the continent of courageous defense of our sovereignty. In this regard, we are going to convene a political council of ALBA in one of the capitals. We need to agree on the venue so the political council could address these various issues. Also, based on the just pending issues, we need to consolidate what we signed, namely the Agro-ALBA project, namely investments, distribution, land distribution, programming of the planting of this land, and to take up advanced concepts of productive agriculture, extensive agricultural procedures in the framework of using agroecological regenerative methods of land production. And heads of delegations, prime ministers, co-chairs, it is very important. There is a debate between the regenerative agriculture, agroecological, the organic production of organic products, and the destructive agriculture that use chemical fertilizers that destroy the land. But beyond that, they destroy human beings. I generate cancer, diseases of all sorts, dementia, early dementia, diabetes, early diabetes, affecting young people, hypertension. And when we address the causes, the poison used in agriculture and the processing of food using chemical additives. This is a very hot topic. We have functionaries that defend the use of these genetically modified seeds. And I'm debating this here in Venezuela. Those who defend agrochemicals, this is a debate, but this is rather a fight, a combat against the use of chemical products to grow food. So these are some of the steps we need to make in order to move forward. So we have early victories in rice production, of beans, beef, chicken, milk, vegetables, eggs, food production for ensure self-sufficiency of all the ALBA countries. So together, we have to export food to the world. This is a dream, but as Galeano said, what's the purpose of utopia? Well, the idea of utopia is to go just behind utopia and move forward in the necessary transformations. And this is very important. We are proposing the first AgroAlba Fair 2025. We need to find a venue for this fair. We're going to exchange productive experience and new businesses in the development of productive capabilities of our countries. And Mr. Loyo, our minister in the field of agro production, is Blue ALBA, the Blue ALBA, namely the development of our fishing and agricultural capabilities in the Caribbean together. ALBA, in, because the Caribbean belongs also to Bolivia, right, Lucho? Boli- to develop these fishing capabilities on agriculture. We have farms that could be created in many areas. So among the ideas we are working on is the creation of a fishing fleet for ALBA in order to expand our production, the sanitary certificates for production and export of fishing products, and the first encounter of scientists in the fishing and agriculture in ALBA, because we have many experienced scientists and experts in this field. So in the economic field, we have a lot of things that have been proposed and we need to implement. The commercial partial global agreements to move forward in a commercial zone, which is far more dynamic than the one we have today, and to global substitution of imports in order to strengthen our economies. Also, there is another topic, and I understand there are major progress. However, prime ministers, presidents, we need to take up this matter as well, namely to ensure that soon we have a framework agreement on ALBA transport, similar to the productive agro-ALBA agreement. This is a critical aspect for all economic and tourist plans, intra-ALBA plans. We need to have a meeting, a practical meeting among ministers responsible for transport matters in order to address how can we move forward toward an agreement dealing with maritime transport and air transport. We have made progress partially among several of our countries, but we have always insisted on a global vision, a global view, because transport is always a deal we need to resolve, and it has not been resolved yet, despite the effort we have made over the last years. We have there a number of important initiatives, and in the scientific and technological realm, there are many things that we are working on. And I conclude with this in my introduction to this work session, dear brothers and sisters of Latin America and the Caribbean, of the ALBA, of the peoples. So from we're going Central America, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, everything together, glorious peoples in all this region. I mean, the topic of science and technology. There is a major topic which is essential. We are all working on those, and it is proposed to conduct a joint effort in ALBA to address the issue of artificial intelligence, the use of artificial intelligence, safe, sovereign artificial intelligence applied to all the elements of development of our societies. not only at the consultative level, institutionally or individually, but rather a field where we can plan together. We all have we know how to tackle AI, but this is a long reach topic. We need to have a quantum leap in the development of AI in order to assist in a quantum development of our countries in the coming years. So the proposal is to create, as soon as possible, a, a science and technology center on AI and free technologies, and this should be done together so we can integrate all the initiatives and progress our countries have been have been making in the field of science and technology and AI. So here are some of the major topics that we are proposing to you today, dear friends. ALBA over the last 20 years, and in this extraordinary summit, we want that together, always in an embrace, we tackle all the challenges ahead of us at the outset of this 2025 that has started very, very well. Good news for all of us. So, dear brothers and sisters, we are going to give the floor